Well, hello, General Hospital Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Friday, October the 28th, 2022. Friday, October the 28th, 2022. Well, one of the most boringest couples is back. Drew and Carly are back home. They're back in Port Charles and they're kissing and just, sucking face pretty much. And then they decide, well, they're going to kind of keep their relationship. They're not going to really announce it now. They're going to, keep it private for a while because they don't want to hear all the I told you so's from the people that saw all the sparks between them. And when I saw that, I said, what sparks are you all talking about? Because look, there are no sparks between that couple whatsoever, period. So, okay, as Drew's leaving, Bobby's coming in. So then we have this long, drawn out talk between Bobby and Carly. I'm not even going to get into that either. And let's see, we have today is the Oscar's birthday, the day he was born on. So we have Jocelyn as she's leaving Cameron's house. Finn happens to be coming up, so she's pretty much passing through. So she says hi and bye, and she heads on over to the cemetery. Well, actually, no, they're at the park because remember there's a place in the park that they dedicated called Oscar's Meadow. So that's where she's headed to. And Drew, soon as he left Carly, he went there to, pay his respects to his son, and he talked to Oscar. And then Joss came up and she had flowers and they hugged and, so they just kind of um talked to each other for a bit. I'm surprised they didn't do well. I get they normally don't do a lot of pictures, reminiscing of past scenes with an actor. But I would like to have seen Oscar and Jocelyn, just some pictures of them. And one thing though, Bobby did say when she was with Carly that struck my mind, and I thought, can you do that? I didn't look it up yet because I've had so many things to do. Carly did not uh, um, shatter or scatter her mother's ashes on the water. She scattered her mother's ashes near the water on the beach. And when I heard that, I thought, hopefully we're talking on maybe the cliff, and what did they just go on the rocks? Maybe because not on the actual sand that visitors could come and sit in the beach sand and they'll be taking parts of Carly's mama home with them everywhere. I mean, no, because I thought, I don't know, isn't there something about properly disposing of remains? I mean, I thought the only thing that I could think of that would be remotely okay is they were kind of by more rocky cliffs, overlooking that water. And I thought, okay, because if she scattered them down there, people aren't going to come and because you can't get to that part. People aren't going to come and sit on that part and have their beach picnic lunch on that part. So, oh my goodness, I thought, I'm not going to overthink that. Let me not overthink that. That'd make me not want to go to the beach for a long, long time, right? So anyway, that was a little bit weird. So there was not a lot happening. Finn is talking to Cameron, and Cameron is not giving up the goods if Jocelyn spent the night or not. Finn asked, and Cam's like, well, you know what? There's no evidence of that. And Finn's like, yeah, okay. All right, I know, I was young too. But did she spend the night? Oh, Cameron's like, there's no evidence of that. So Finn's gonna probably leave that alone. And we have boring Brooklyn. Chase did spend the night with Brooklyn. And he's still and it was the Quartermain That, I guess maybe that's the first time I'd seen the inside of Brooklyn's room because I couldn't tell where they were coming into. So Brooklyn is going to get in the shower because they had conversation between the two of them. I fast forwarded all of that too. And Chase decides he had his towel around his waist, and he decides, oh, he's going to be laid there, posed naked on the bed for when she comes. Oh, actually, she went out to get them some coffee. So when she comes through the door, she was going to see a nice view of Chase in his birthday suit, right? Well, Olivia walks in. And Olivia's like, oh, my, she's doing the thing. She turned around, oh my goodness. And Chase covers himself up. That was kind of funny, because Olivia did not want to see that. So, and then Brooklyn is overhearing because Ned is coming in accusing Michael. Valentine, we can't hear, he's unreachable, and it's been some days now. Did you have anything to do with it, or did Drew? And I'm thinking, how could they have anything to do with Valentine not answering his phone? Let's be real, Ned. Just something to argue about. And Willow's just looking because today is her appointment for her. She just entered her second trimester. So, they start arguing, and she's just sitting there. Now Michael's supposed to be going to the hospital with her, but she ends up leaving without him while he's still dealing with all that. And I said, see, Michael, there you go. There you go. Because see, Drew now comes over. And now he's got to talk to Drew after Ned leaves versus going to the appointment with Willow. Can't do that, right? So Willow is at the hospital, and before her appointment, it was time for her appointment, TJ was talking to Dr. Westbourne saying, I haven't heard from Willow in a couple of days. And, I'm worried about her and this, that, and the other. And she goes, I know you all are friends, but I mean, like, Willow's a grown adult, and I can't talk to you about her case as a friend. You're not one of her attendings, you know? And so he goes, no, I know, but I know she's going to come in for her second trimester appointment. Can I, do a consult? And she's like, well, you're not on her case, but if she wants you there as a friend, like Britt can't not, honor her wishes. So needless to say, TJ is in the room with Britt while she examines Willow and everything. Everything's looking okay with the baby. They really didn't get into it, really. Britt leaves the room, and the weird, funny thing is, TJ is just explaining to Willow everything that's going on. Yeah, your levels have now advanced into this, and your lymph nodes are now swollen, and this, that. He's just going into everything. And I'm thinking, now see, isn't that what Dr. Westbourne told him not to do? Right? And he's like, so really what this is, what this is indicating, Willow, is you're in either the early stages of stage 3, or you really in stage 3. Now remember, when she was first diagnosed, she was stage 1. Well, all this time she's waited, now she's stage 3. And so he says, and that is going to kind of limit the treatment they can give her at this stage, being pregnant. And so at this point in time, Britt comes back in and tells Willow she wants to take her upstairs so that they could run more tests. Now, mind you, Michael's finally deciding, told Drew, oh, I got to get to the hospital. I'm late. It's Willow's second trimester appointment. So Michael's on his way, but, he missed the whole exam and then seeing the baby on the screen and everything. And Willow had told him at home, she goes, hopefully today I'll be able to share a lot of information with you. And I'm thinking, hopefully, what do you mean, hopefully, Willow? What's going to now be the next excuse that you can't tell Michael anything? What's going to be your reasoning now for not saying something? That's Willow, right? So that's where that was left off. And then we had, Olivia gets to GH. This is going to be a short recap. Olivia gets to GH and she gets off the elevator and she turns and she hears something, chains clanking around, right? Like the hook. But she turns and there's this woman. And Olivia screams. Okay. But when she got off the elevator, she was having one of those headaches. You know how she gets those headaches when she's supposed to have these premonitions and everything, and she looks up and she screams. And Finn is like, what is going on? What happened? And then this woman is saying, yeah, there you are, there. That's the sound I like to hear. And I'm gonna be seeing you. I mean, just like a witch, right? Evil. And I thought, who is that? Because of course they had to make Olivia tell Finn so we, the audience, would know this, even though, I mean, they said it on GH Fandom, but yeah, I didn't pay attention to that. This is the new Heather Weber. This is the new actress that will be playing Heather Weber. She was on the Bold and Beautiful and the Beautiful. That as Stephanie Forrester's sister. I forget her name. But she's going to be playing Heather for this time period. And I thought, uh-oh, okay. Now, has Heather been sneaking out doing what she want to do as the hook? But look, her arms, she's bound legs to the middle and then the arms. So, if she is walking around as the hook, her arms are out and her legs are out. And I don't know what. Is the chain around her waist clanking around? I don't know. What's going on with that. So she just had the look of terror. And then she was talking about, you let my son, or you framed my son, you left him in a jail cell to rot or something. I'm gonna be seeing you. And I was trying to remember, what could she be talking about? What son is she talking about? So I even tried to look up some information and I didn't see any. If any of you know which one, oh, that's right. I think, was Olivia involved with Stephen Lars Weber? Years ago, was Olivia involved with him? I can't remember, but if anybody remembers, hey Deedles, this is a Deedles thing. Actually, no, Deedles, you're young and the restless, so nope, Deedles can't help me. So if any GH Daily Recap fans, if you remember that, let me know. I would really, really like to know. That was about it for General Hospital. I'm going to go to comment corners. Let's go to comment corners. I don't have comment corners pulled up like I usually do. So I will get to comment corners really, really quickly right now as it comes up. Let's see what we have for comment corners. There's quite a few comments. I'm going to skim through those comments as fast as I possibly can. We have Ron says, the old Sonny is stepping back to the plate and Nina sees the things that Sonny might, the thing is Sonny might be dating her, but he will never get over Carly. And the way she's playing Drew means she's not over Sonny. I know, because goodness, they haven't even slept together. Carly could meet you for the first time and sleep with you. So yeah, you could tell. And Judy says, and I suspect what happened was he was off in Europe for 2 weeks over his birthday. That gave him time, to have that beard, to have his hair grow. He's back filming for 2 weeks, and then another 2 weeks off. So yeah, what she's saying is Spencer's having breaks, or the actor Nicholas Chavez is having breaks, so we're able to kind of grow back if they have to cut him off. And yeah, she's saying that she feels they filmed those at different times. I believe that too, because boy, he was nice and clean shaven when he was with Trina. And Judy says Cam and Spencer are not blood cousins but Lucky raised Cameron as his son. Yes. So that's why Cameron calls Laura grandma. So blood relations, no. In spirit, yes, because Nicholas and Lucky are brothers, half brothers. So yes, that would make them cousins. And I did finally remember that. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I thought, Lucky. My brain kept processing what could have happened, with that, and that's exactly what happened. And then Richard says another great recap, another great review, daily recap, lady. You are on point. Sunnings definitely makes Victor think twice. Unlike anyone else. I was like, yes, vintage Sunny. And it was the first time Nina and Sunny we're getting it on as a couple. I know since the Comet Star when Carly walked in on them. Since then. And now look, if you all are right, now Brenda's getting ready to come back and ruin it all. Because Nina does not hold a candle to Carly versus Brenda. Nina versus Brenda, hands down Brenda Barrett. Robin says Laura, even though only Aiden is her grandson, yeah, that's true, is her grandson, has called all Elizabeth's children her grandchildren. She even got Spencer and Cam out of jail, yeah, calling them her grandsons. I hope the writers write a big love scene for Spencer and Trina. First time plus. Felt like putting Spencer like them putting Spencer to stop Rory from going all the way with Trina. I know. Make an epic, unforgettable scene with a perfect love song. Well, goodness, I don't know if they're going to go that all out for it. If Victor's behind the hook attacks, he would take Rory out to save Trina for Spencer. Victor absolutely would not want Trina for Spencer. Victor doesn't want any woman that he feels will be a distraction to his Cassadine plan to be with any of his family members whatsoever. Plus, he would feel that Trina's connections too much with the police, like her father's an ex-cop. We don't really know what Taggart is doing these days. I mean, he's just unemployed, living where? I don't know. But he pops up here and there. Why he just doesn't go back, get reinstated as a cop or a detective, I don't know. But no, Victor does not like Trina because he feels Spencer's willing to give up too much for Trina. And, Spencer will be adamant about don't, stay away from Trina. Ivy says Elizabeth was married to Lucky, who was Laura's son. Yes. And hello there says Friday was the most decent episode in the week. There was really still a Thursday episode. Oh, but the due to emotions earlier in this month. Preempts maybe? Interesting that Elizabeth Weber is back. No, the Heather Weber is back just in time for Elizabeth to find her father, Jeff Weber. I know. Isn't that funny how that happened? Like, why are they bringing Heather to GH? And hello there says, Carly and Bobby really have some beautiful scenes, I must say. So did Drew speaking to Oscar. Yeah, he's speaking to Josh actually geared me up. Good job. Let's see. GM, best scene Cameron Matheson has ever given. Next to when he first came as a prisoner. Yeah, I think Carly sees Drew as good, more tolerable version, as a good, more tolerable version of Jason. Carly didn't want a more tolerable version of Jason. Carly loved that version of Jason because Jason, he would let Carly know if he felt Carly was wrong. He would talk Carly off of a ledge. He may not agree with what Carly's going to do, but Jason never would judge Carly. Drew, on the other hand, watch. Oh, Drew's going to judge her. That's in his nature. When he finds out she lied to him about Trina, that's going to be a problem for him. See, Drew is pretending he can just accept Carly as Carly, but not really. Jason was the only one that would accept her for her. And then Eduardo says the other shuffle was Olivia's love potion. Her son, that's right, disposed at the party when everyone supposedly fell in love. Who drank the 2 glasses of potion? This has a trendy name. Oh, it had a trendy name. Yeah, Nana knew Aunt somebody's whatever it was. Yeah, they just kind of toyed with us with that. That was kind of cute. We don't know who drank it, but everybody was kissing everybody. And then cherry ice cream says good review. And hello there says more positive today. And then we have Anna Rihanna says nice to see Jocelyn Cam see Spencer. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. It reminds me, where's Emma Drake? That will make the whole new Four Musketeers 2.0. That would make them really cute. And guess what? Trina would have to work for it. Trina would have to work for it because Emma Drake was the passion of Spencer and Cameron, even though they were kids, and let's be real, who we liked at 7 and 8, when we're 20 years old, do we really like that person anymore? As far as, oh, I gotta have that girl, right? I want to pull her pigtails, No, you kind of want a woman, a young woman now. But depending on who they recast Emma as, because Emma Drake, she is really cute, really pretty now, pretty young lady, but they're going to have to cast her up to in her 20s, early 20s. And the actress that originated or has played the role for all these years, she is, I think, only 17, maybe 18, but I think she's 17. So they're going to need to age her up like they aged everybody else up. And then let's see. Anna Rihanna says, I still think Rory is going to do something and Spencer will save the day. Well, then Rory's going to be doing something after Spencer gets out. Because look, there is no day pass in Pittenville. One day Sonny won't be there to save Nina's big mouth. And Victor didn't apologize. And furthermore, he disrespected her even more. Sonny may be the one to take Victor out. That side of Sonny is just ruthless and twisted. No scenes with Chase in Brooklyn or Sonny with Nina in bed. Nope. I already can't go there. Well, we had to see those scenes, right? Well, no, actually, yeah, today we saw Chase in Brooklyn in bed, but not too much of that. And then Sandy says, Victor was vicious to Nina, but told the truth. Seeing Sonny and Nina in bed made my eyes bleed. I was hoping Trina didn't call out Spencer's name. I know in the heat of passion, she was probably this close to calling out Spencer's name. I don't trust Cody at all. Britt better be careful of him. He is so shady and up to no good. Isn't it interesting how Miss Wu came up to him and said something about having fun or interesting, whatever she said to him. And Mac immediately was looking at that. And Mac immediately decides to beeline over to Selena and Cody. And soon as he gets there, he's like, well, what's going on here? Selena takes right on off. She's like, I ain't even staying here. I ain't even talking to no chief of detectives. She booked, and he's like, she's in the mob. You'll need to stay away from her. And I'm thinking, he is a grown man, Mac, a grown man. You can't tell him what to do like that. You haven't even found out you're his father. And even if you do find out you're his father, can't now come and start dictating a complete stranger's life, right? That's not going to go well when you don't even know the kind of man your newfound son really is. And then let's see. We have Steve John. Steve says Cam and Spencer are cousins, just like Michael and Spencer are cousins through adoption. Natasha says Lucky considered himself Cameron's father. Yes, he did. Laura considers herself grandma to all of Liz's boys. Cam was correct. Spencer and Cam were raised as cousins. Yes, 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 you all are right. LaShanta says Elizabeth was married to Lucky, so Laura claims him. Yeah. Lucky adopted Cam as his son. Lucky definitely did adopt Cam. No. Did Lucky adopt Cam? Because Cameron is Cameron Weber. If Lucky would have adopted Cameron, Cameron would be Cameron Spencer. I don't know if Lucky officially adopted Cam. I think he just always raised him as his son and thought of him as his son. And then Michael says today's episode had a little movement. Allie Mills' character was revealed as Heather Weber. Staying in the same family, Jeff Weber finally made his on-scene appearance. While Elizabeth and Lucky were married, Cameron was unofficially adopted. That's what I thought. Cameron uses Weber's surname, so he is a stepson to Lucky. That's why they consider themselves cousins. They aren't blood related. This is similar to Audrey and Elizabeth, who aren't blood related. Her Graham is not Elizabeth's real Graham, Audrey? Huh. Somebody's got to explain that to me. Now, Hello There says, that was shocking because probably none of us knew Allie Mills was going to, who she was going to play. And it sure wasn't the sweet mother from the Wonder Years asking for more potatoes, honey? LOL. No, I didn't know who that was. They had to have somebody like Elizabeth come off of an elevator and say, "You don't know that's Heather Weber." And I said, "Oh, really? Why, thank you for that introduction, because we sure did not know." Well, that's all the comments from Comment Corner. Thank you for your input and your comments today. We will be back Monday for the next episode of GH Daily Recaps. Everyone have a phenomenal rest of your weekend, or a phenomenal weekend.